just get the chat set up, that way I can see what you all are saying. "170 years ago today, in 1915, the RMS Lusitania was torpedoed. It was carrying 2,000 people on board, and yeah, it was rough. It was a passenger ship, and while yes, it was technically carrying ammunitions, it's not like it was a literal troop ship or a liberty ship or anything like that. And yeah, today marks the 107th anniversary, so I'm going to be checking out some versions of the Lusitania I've come across over the years, online. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Starting with, let's start with the... And it's technically the Mauritanias, but they were the same class, so... Well, let's see, does the large boat thing work? Yeah, yes it does. Alright, where is it? This is by... As soon as I can find it, it's by Zecon 12? Hello. Hello, everyone. But... we're gonna play a couple different things. Yeah, here's the Mauritanias by Zecon 12. This is one of the ships we're going to be checking out. We're going to be checking out multiple. Because, yeah, we're going to be going over basically everything that I have found regarding the Lusitania, at least everything I can within the time that I have, which is surprisingly not as much as I would hope. I was really hoping that Tomlinski's game would already be out by now. It is not, though, so you'll have to deal with that. How to play Roblox NRPA, I'll make a video on that. They are doing a voyage today. I sadly will not be able to attend due to being short on time, but yes, there is an NRPA voyage happening today. I will make a tutorial on those eventually. Believe me, you know, you guys are tired of asking how to play. I'm tired of getting comments asking how to play, so yeah, we will get there. But if you want the explanation right now, to sum it up, it is like, you do a quick, join the group, they'll shout a time and a date, they will state that they'll open a specific ship, it'll always be chosen beforehand, and I believe it's infinite. No, wait, I think as long as you have engine overheating, his ships are fine. I have this, right? Oh, wait, it's because it's Mar. God, that's such a weird word, Mauritania. Is it spelled like that? It doesn't matter. Let's spawn it in, and I can show you guys the tour. The ships, oh god. The ships, that are made by, boat. The ships that Zecon makes are always a little bit, I guess, they take quite a few liberties with the interior, so it's not going to be an accurate interior. I'm also, and this is an announcement, an important announcement, I'm going to be redoing the Lusitania. You guys may remember, especially if you've been here since, like, the very beginning, I was building an RMS Lusitania in, Minecraft. It's not the best. It needs a lot of work, and I'm going to do that. Oh wow, that was loud. Let's throttle up, shall we? Alright. So it appears we did not hold that long enough to actually start the engines. We'll just do it again. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. And look at that. just to make sure this isn't overpowering my voice, it is about the same. We'll lower it down a little bit. Alright. Oh, I forgot to... Hold on, I need to set something up. I try to do the,
Stream 85 and the next...
I try to do realistic ambience when I do these, because it connects you to the moment a lot better, and you can kind of understand what it was like better. I did this with the Titanic stream, my last Titanic stream. I did not do it with the Carpathia stream, I don't think. But yeah, we have a lot of different ships to go over today, and this is one of them. We're going to start with Stormworks, then we're going to move on to, we're going to start with Stormworks, we're going to move on to the Steam game, the one Steam game I have that's specific to the Lusitania, albeit I have many problems with the theory that they use. And the last one I have is the, is going to be like Roblox. So we're going to start with Stormworks and do as much of that as we can. A neat thing regarding this ship is the working elevator. And this is actually very important. I'll talk about it more when we get to the sinking. Alright. But yeah, no, I will talk about it more when it comes to just how important this elevator is to the story of the Lusitania. But yeah, okay, so now I'll just get the tour done and over with. Alright, so yeah. Heading all the way forward, as far forward as I possibly can, we have, I believe, the observation hallway. Let's see if it's labeled as such. Yeah, the observation room, which was basically a nice area, and it was actually on the next deck down, where you could just kind of sit and look over the bow of the ship and just watch the waves come over it, and watch the ship sail. No chairs or anything, surprisingly, but, you know, it was there. The next major room we have is all the way, is the main staircase room. We've got a nice sitting area. The staircase has many liberties taken with it. I will show you what the actual one looks like when we get there. But yeah, heading aft we have the lounge, the main lounge of the RMS Lusitania. Very nice. You can see the funnels. Smoke goes over this. If these are, let's check what funnels. I believe that is accurate. Yes. Okay, this is completely accurate so far. Although there is something. Oh yeah, that's right. This goes into the. Yeah, no, that's accurate, because how it actually, and I'll point out how it actually went later on when we get to a more accurate model of the ship that I can use for that. These ships are more meant to be a stylized representation of what the ship was actually like than, actually a faithful recreation. The library in the wrong spot, but and obviously it's actually not really detailed accurately at all. But, it still looks very nice. And then we have the Veranda Cafe all the way at the back, which seems fairly accurate from what I remember. We sadly do not have any second-class spots due to weighting and buoyancy and stuff like that. Heading back to the front of the ship along the boat deck, we can see the lifeboats. I'm surprised. Why is this closed? We're going to open up all the doors. That way we can have a decent chance of escaping. Don't worry, I am leaving these open on purpose. Heading into the back into the main staircase room and taking the elevator down. Yeah, here's that view if anyone was actually interested about that. I wonder how he did this. I am like terrible with logic, by the way. I'm trying to build my own ship right now. We'll see how it goes. I already did this once before, and it did not turn out well. So we have the upper level of the dining room, theoretically. I think it's more so supposed to be the main lounge in this case. Actually, he labels everything. I can just check. So, let's see. Oh, he did not label this room. That's wonderful. But yeah, this is like a lounge that overlooks the dining room. It's a small area, but it's pretty cool. What time is it in game? 12:50. so almost 1. And yeah, heading all the way aft, we have our... I'm curious, because I don't remember if he included it or not. He did not include the first class barbershop. I know it was located around here on this deck. Heading forward, and we have staircases that go up to the boat deck. Heading forward, we have... Actually, yeah, we have a lot of stuff forward that I missed. Here is the ocean passing us by. The ship is relatively fast, so that's nice. That's fairly accurate. The ship went 25 knots, if I remember correctly. No. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up. Was the Lusitania? Oh, yeah, 24 knots. I was right. Okay. Yeah, Titanic was more like 21 knots, if I remember all that correctly. I remember a lot about the deck plans from building the ship in Minecraft. That was an interesting experience. I would recommend building one of these historical ships in Minecraft if you want to get to know the interior fairly intricately. Because while you may not know what the rooms should look like, you'll at least know where they are and how they're placed and how big they are and stuff like that. It is really interesting. I'm actually looking for deck plans for like the Vaterland and stuff. Anyways, coming down these stairs, wow, that was way off topic. We have the final deck that the elevator goes to. We have the main dining room back here. I like the dining room. I like what he did with it. It's not accurate, but it looks nice. Although, actually, it might be accurate to Mauritania. I don't know much about the Mauritania, to be honest. My knowledge pretty much solely lies with the RMS Lusitania. And as for the Mauritania, I completely skimped out, and I have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Mauritania. So, yeah. I remember that it lasted a hell of a long time, though. Like, I'm pretty sure it made it, like... I'm pretty sure it and Olympic were laid up together. And I know that Aquitania became the longest-serving ship of the Cunard line, but, you know. So, yeah, I have a little bit of knowledge regarding the service history of this ship. Of the ship this is actually based off of. We have this crew area up to the fore. Sadly, there's not much to see here. And then heading aft, we have like, just the stern and stuff. But this does exit out onto the boat deck in case I need a quick and easy exit. Oh, interesting. I think... Interesting. What did he change this to? Rocket fuel. Cool. Okay, I actually really like that. He changed that. It used to be just like if I'm pretty sure if you look on the original Steam page, you can see what the mast was originally made with. It's like I need a good shot of the bow. Yeah, you can see all the lines. Interesting. I like that he changed that. That's a good change. I'm glad he made that. Alright. So with our basic tour of the ship we're going to we're going to do a few things. We're going to see what the ship looks like, and then we're going to sink it. Alright, so first we're going to see what it looks like at night, and we're going to gauge just how accurate the sinking is. Here's what the thing looks like at night. It looks incredibly nice. I always liked Zequan's style. It's stylized. I mean, yeah, it's a style. It's not accurate, but it does look good. And honestly, that's all I really care about with my ships. So setting it back to day. Oh, come on. How do you sync this thing? I know there's a button for it somewhere. Oh, that's right. It's in the chart room. Three, two, one, sync. And we're going to actually leave the engines at full for accuracy reasons. Because the ship, while it did slow down, did not stop. Although this is, again, the Mauritania, you can tell because of the cow vents, and, yeah. That might be an enemy plane. I hope we don't get shot at. That would be annoying. So yeah, the Mauritania is sailing along. It's been torpedoed. There's a second explosion. The Lusitania is sailing along. It gets torpedoed once. And a few moments later, there's a secondary explosion that shakes the that sends the entire ship, like, shaking. And almost immediately, complete panic. Just to make sure, I can still talk over that. Okay. It's complete panic on the deck. No one knows exactly what they're doing or how to get off the ship or anything, so... Yeah, just... No one knows how to do what they're doing. Or how to get out. The Mauretania and Lusitania were both Cunard ships. They were sister ships. Now, I don't remember how fast the ship sinks. I think it might be fairly slow in regards to how quick the actual Lusitania went down, which was 18 minutes. I'm going to remind everyone of that. And you may notice that the ship is starting to kind of drop. There's a lot less anti-fouling above the water. And water is quickly rising on the small interior spaces that we have. When water starts to reach areas that we can access, I'll turn the lights off to simulate power cut. Now, the ship, in all reality, would actually be listing quite far to one side. And would be listing very badly, like... to the point where you could tell just by looking at it from the outside. It's actually a lot harder to tell looking at it from the outside than it is to look at it when you're looking at it from the inside. And yeah, with that, the anti-fouling is completely submerged under the water, and the ship is not... It might survive right now. How are you? I'm good, I'm good. And yeah, water is rising pretty quick. Soon enough, the engine should cut out and the ship will start to visibly sink. And yeah, sadly, because we don't have the list, I can't simulate a lot of the stuff that was happening. How much time did you use on your MC Lusitania? Oh god, it was a long time. That thing took, like, over a year to build. What the shit is going wrong with my camera? And yeah, so the ship is sinking. It's starting to drop. People are panicking. All hell broke... I mean, for the Lusitania, and I feel really bad for the crew for this, all hell broke loose basically instantly. There wasn't any time for the crew to react, because the passengers reacted first, and they reacted very violently. They were not pleased with the situation that they were in, and were pretty vocal about it, which made evacuating extraordinarily difficult. They could not safely herd people onto the lifeboats, because no one was listening to what the crew had to say. The captain tried to say that they should wait until the ship was stopped, however that did not work out because the engine room became just about instantly unreachable. And yeah, no, it was bad. It was really, really bad. With that, you can tell that the ship is sinking at this point with just how much of it is underneath the water, is under the waves. And the ship is starting to gain a noticeable pitch towards the bow. About now, the ship would be starting to roll further upright. And yeah, the ship would... In real life, I think the ship would be making some really terrible noises. Yes, it would. I do not have the capability to... I mean, I do... hold on. That should do it. And yeah, so one of the dumbest things that people did on the sinking of the Lusitania was they tried to use the elevator to get up deck. And on the Titanic, this wouldn't have been a big issue. Oh wow, this is a really good seat. I like this a lot. they would be trying to use the elevator to get up deck. Now, that isn't an issue until you realize that if, and I think now would be a good time to do it, if this were to happen and the power were to cut completely, what would happen is you would be riding the elevator down. Is like, let's say you're riding the elevator up from the bottom to the top. You're trying to go to A deck, and the power cuts off here. You can't get the gates open, you can't get the doors open, and you are completely stuck on the lift with no way out. That is what, like, 10 to 15 people, I think, had to deal with on the actual Lusitania, and they drowned there. It was... What seat is this? I have no idea. I did not write it down. I wasn't very specific with it. Oh, the first set of engines has died. We are starting to get some moon physics. And yeah, the second funnel is starting to die. The fourth funnel has died, interestingly. And we're down to the third funnel. And the ship is very visibly sinking at this point in time. One survivor, I don't know their name, but I saw their testimony today, was talking about how, like, they had to leave a child there to die. I don't see... I'm pressing escape. There isn't much about... Unless you mean this. Yeah, I don't know what... I don't know enough about the Stormworks UI to know where the seat is on this. Now, if we go below deck, it was in the corner. Oh. 7884. That's the seat. I really like this. I'm gonna have to save this. I enjoy it. It's good for videos. Thank you, Operanium. I think that's how you say that. So we are starting to get water rushing into the bottom of the... We're starting to get water rushing into the bottom of the ship. Or at least into the upper decks. We can actually see it happening now. It's going to rise really fast, by the way. So I'm just going to stay here for a few moments until the water becomes truly permanent. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. In the short time that we've been down here, the ship has sunk enough that water is now permanently down at the base of the stairwell. Yeah, 7884. And yeah, look at that. The ship is now extremely low in the water. At this point, lifeboats would be just starting to lower. As passengers and crew finally figured out what they were doing. We're gonna do that now. We're gonna lower... God, I only think like 6 lifeboats made it off the ship. I spawned on the oil rig, by the way, so this may not be... And yeah, now the lifeboat is being lowered. And yeah, it took this long for them to even, you know, start using the lifeboats, so yeah. I need to do something to save some of the lifeboats. Now, I'm not going to lower any lifeboats on the port side to try and be accurate about this, because, surprisingly, none of the lifeboats actually made it off of the port side. And we're going to save this one for now, because I have a very specific time I want to use it. And I'm going to wait until the bridge is going under till we do use it. I should have waited until the boat deck was flooding to use boat 1. That would have been more accurate. But, you know, we're here, so... At this point, water is actually just about at the bow. Yeah, it's at the bow. Leave a child to die? Okay, so, what happened was, this girl she shared her cabin with someone who had just become a mom. The baby was, I think they said 18 months old. She said that it looked like about 18 months old. And so when the sinking happened, she went to try and pick it up, but she also had a baby of her own, and she couldn't hold both at the same time, and she wound up just leaving it there, because there was nothing else she could really do. I'm hoping that the mom got to it. And yeah, here's where we are with the sinking. I think we're reaching some of the passenger... Oh yeah, there goes the dining room. The staircase is flooding quickly. And yeah, at this point water is up to... Actually, it's up here now. That's rough. Okay, this is sinking the sinking is progressing quickly. But there was testimony on one of the lifeboats towards the stern of the ship about how the ship was literally sinking faster than they could lower the lifeboats, and that's what I'm going to try to simulate with this boat over here. Oh wow, that's a sight to behold. Actually, hold on, let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, once the A deck area starts to go, the boat deck area starts to go under, I'm gonna start, or once the bridge goes under, I'm gonna start lowering the lifeboat. Oh dear, we have water. Oh god. Yeah. My god. Yeah, no, the sinking of the Lusitania was rough. It's one of the worst ones. Like, and one of the biggest issues is, like, yes, the Lusitania had enough lifeboats for everyone, as you'll see on some of the later models, but there's an issue. They didn't have time to actually lower the boats, so those extra lifeboats are just useless. They can't do anything. And this is about when Boat 1 would leave the ship, in all reality. As for the port boats, none of them actually made it off easily, so... I should have hooked them up. Oh well. I'm just recreating a little scene from Titanic, from the 1997 film Titanic here. On the Lusitania. Oh, good lord, what happened? Okay. The ship is basically going vertical at this point. Oh yeah, final plunge. We're at the final plunge. It slows and it, like, slows down and speeds up at different points, but it's going. And now would be a perfect time to simulate the lowering of the last lifeboat off the Lusitania. Only 6 of them escaped. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're not even at the realistic number. And yeah, the ship's just gonna drop by the head really quickly now. Now, there is a bit of an issue with this thinking, and that's that it's not accurate. We're about to see that in practice now. Oh, I need to do something. Hold on. I am going to need to relaunch the game, because some of them are modded, so... Hold on, while I quickly turn all the mods back on. Okay, there we go. Make sure that that's saved. No, it did... Huh? Fuck off. Alright. We will have technical difficulties here with this. And yeah, there goes the ship is dropping extremely quickly now. And she is dropping. Several lifeboats appear to have been dragged down by the ship. Oh dear. Thankfully, this lifeboat seems to have made it free. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to. I don't want... Ah! Alright. Now, the issue is that the ship goes vertical. It didn't do this in real life. It actually went down fairly level, which is strange for a sinking ship, but, you know, that's how everyone... That's the most believed way on how it happened. Now, and there is another inaccuracy that's an issue with the seed. I do not have... I'm nowhere near land. That's just an accuracy issue. It's actually really good for these sinkings, because I can actually I can do them properly. And the ship is in the final moments of its life, as it takes its final breaths. Now, this part does go a bit slow. I can't help that. That's how it works. Everything before this was really just the ship going vertical. Oh, but there it goes. We have... Okay, yep, yep. And yep, we're in final plunge mode. Never mind, not quite. But down she goes. And there she goes. How deep is the wreck? I don't know. Let's actually... Okay, so... Well, the ship is completely vertical and has not hit the seafloor yet. This would be actually... Yeah, this would be super ideal for... Oh, wow. Okay, so, pausing everything. This does seem like a really ideal place. I do like this. So, is that the Mauritania? What is that? Hey, it's that cargo container. Stalking after us. Might as well be the U-boat at this point. And yeah, the ship is completely vertical and has not hit the bottom yet. Seems to be quite deep below the surface. Yeah, the sea level is all the way down here. I like that a lot. Oh, what's up with... What is that? Huh. So I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave, and I'm going to see if I can get those mods working. Because I think I have all the ones I need, but, you know, I want to make sure I don't have the ship pack. Okay. What did I do wrong? The log is in the install directory. But it says all of this works. So I'm going to check the logs just to be sure. Hi guys, late. It's fine. You only really missed one ship, so it'll be fine. Yeah, I was editing the workbench, so it's bigger for me. Where is... Extracted? Empty. $12. Okay. No, I want... Okay. So I don't... I don't see anything wrong with it. That's weird. I don't understand why it's doing this, but alright. It says it's missing a root element. I have no idea what it means by that. Oh, it'll be fine. We'll see if it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn... $7,884, no? Yes. I'm going to be using this seed from now on, because I really, really like it. It is a good seed. So now we're going to actually we're not going to quite hop over to a modded version yet. Actually, we're just going to go in for the first one I see. Because it's either going to be the Lusitania by... It's either going to be the Lusitania by Jesse Gillette or the Lusitania, and I forget who made it. I think it's Raisin Temptations or something like that. We will see which one comes up first. Might have already passed Lusitania. Alright. Well, I'm not seeing either. This is strange. I would expect to at least see the RMS Lusitania by JP Ships by now. Yeah, Raisin Temptations. There's the Mauritania, it's the budget edition. I don't see JP Ships. I find that surprising. I might have already passed it. It might have been towards the front. am quickly scanning through all of this. Here's a view of what the workshop looks like. The pages further back look like. It's like you start to get some that are like, okay, like I can, like, you know, there are some that have like the pictures and all that and look really nice, and then you have others that are just either copies or the person didn't know how to edit the thumbnail, or I think Stormworks has like a limit where they just reset it or something. It's really dumb. Oh wait, there's the Lusitania just there. Now I'm not actually going to do that version. I'm going to do the 1915 version, because that's the version that would make the most sense for what we're doing today. Now, if I'm not... Let me just... Okay, do I need, like, infinite electric? Okay. I don't see anything about, like, infinite elect or anything, but I'm just going to quickly check the original version of Lusitania. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I don't see anything about that. That's cool. We're going to do the full version. See if it works. I don't want our stream to do what it did when I tried Zequan's Titanic, which basically the stream just died. It was bad. We'll see how it goes. If I have to turn everything way down or not. I am doing the full version, so. This does include modded parts, so I think, because, yeah, the other one did too, so yeah, this one includes modded parts. We'll see if it doesn't, hopefully it didn't turn into Swiss cheese. Yeah, that would be rough. I would not want it to do the Swiss cheese thing. Oh. Oh, God. No. Stormloader doesn't work. Okay. Hold on. This is rough. This is not what I was hoping was going to happen. It's what I expected to happen. It's not what I hoped was going to happen. Alright, let's see. What broke? Okay. Kindly report this to the developer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this version of Stormloader, and I'm going to completely reinstall it. It's going to take a bit. Where is... Alright, Stormloader. We're going to delete both of these. Delete. So here's a quick tutorial on how to use Stormloader. You go to GitHub. You go to the main page. You do this. You show in folder. Sure. Does this work? Yeah, okay, this works. So far, so good. Now what I have to do is I have to go to Steam, Home, and I have to figure out... Actually, no, I have to... I would not recommend doing this on your own, especially if you're not very good with, particularly good with computers. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if I remember correctly, it is, yeah. So I'm going to keep it so that I can see that. This PC. Where is this? Okay, there we go. This PC. Local disk. Users. Me. App data. Where is app data? I don't see app data. Where is app data? I don't see it. Here, oh, come on, don't do this. Alright, so it's just gonna be frustrating. No, okay, this is wrong. Hold on. It's gonna be F. I wonder what happened if I put that here. Steam library, I think. Steam apps. Yes, okay, this is common. Stormworks, okay. Browse. SBC. Steam library. Where is... Oh, wait, no. New volume F. Steam library. Steam apps. Oh, wait, no. Common. I'm assuming that's correct. Okay. Browse the repository. This is how you actually install the mods. It'll take a minute to load. And I'm going to go, because the one I know that uses the most mods is the SS Sparrow. It's a cool ship. If you want to take the time to do this, then, you know, telegraph system may not sync, gearbox issues, lighting system may break in incoming updates. Not multiplayer friendly. Yeah. Engine and trinkets, part enhancement mod. Get iPlots decoration mod. This is... I just downloaded it. I just downloaded it. What do you mean there's a root element missing? Okay, so thankfully I'm part of the Discord, so I'm going to ask them about this. Where? Help. So I'm just going to do literally anything. Screenshot this, and in the meanwhile, we will have to deal with the non-modded ships, sadly. File location, continue. Yeah. So yeah, who knows what that is. Just wonderful. Alright, so sorry about that, everybody. Stormworks, or Stormloader rather, is not working. It will probably, it's down for whatever reason. I really hope that, I really want to show you guys Lusitania. It is a very nice ship, and I have no idea what the budget edition looks like because I've never played on it. Doesn't help that the modded blocks are cut, because I was like, the modded blocks, those look nice, I'm going to use those. This will be my first time seeing a lot of it. I also don't know how much of the ship is, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm assuming, oh wow, my viewership went up. Alright, that's interesting. I didn't expect tech stuff to do that. But don't worry, now we're back. Oh, wait, no. Oh, hold on. 7884. Yeah, 7884. This is not how I expected today to go. Disable weapons, Actually, I can turn off the default AI. I'm going to turn off the DLC weapons AI. And the default natural disasters. There. That should pretty much do everything for our current thing. Wow, that's not... Alright. Don't worry, everyone. The issue is fixed. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Wow, that was annoying. So yeah, we're gonna start with Raising Temptations thing, assuming that the budget edition does not have mods. Because if I'm not mistaken, at the very least, the non-1915 version. I removed a whole lot of interior, but nothing about modded parts. So yeah, that's what the ship should look like. And if you want to rewind, you can see how it did look. I can't see any modded parts in that thumbnail, but they're at least not high res enough. So we might not be able to do Raising Temptations 1. Budget version, please work. I know that before this stream, everything was working as intended, so yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I'll wait for them to respond. Nope, still Swiss cheese. Alright, so we're gonna just skip Raising Temptations 1. I am so sorry, everyone. This is not working out. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right to JP ships. And I do think that this one needs infinite electric and infinite fuel. Okay, what is up with that tanker? It's just sitting there. And yeah, that's what the Lusitania looks like, but I need to really quickly see what's up with this because it's bugging me. Why are you not moving? Huh, that's weird. Alright, back to the Lusitania. Oh my god. Actually, I don't think I need infinite fuel for this one, because I think the engines are actually fake, so, you know. We'll just start these. I think these are the ones we... Does it just stop working if I go too far away? Because now the horn is just stuck going. Yo! Alright, now let's turn the lights on. I don't think these work throughout the entire ship anymore, so that's annoying, but we'll deal with it. Alright. Let's see. Do the interior lights work? No. Oh, wait, no, they do. Those ones do. Although the rest do not. Alright, good to know. So, now we're going to do a tour of a more accurate version of Lusitania. I mean, I love Zequan's version, but it is stylized, so there are many issues as far as the interior goes. So we're going to go over one that had accuracy, that was built with accuracy. So here we have the Veranda Cafe. Up ahead, we have the smoking room. Once again, very lovely. These rooms are gigantic. I can't wait to see them in Tom Linsky's game, but, you know, we'll see how long it takes for that to happen. We have the main lounge here. And then up ahead, we have the main staircase room with a nice little sitting area, the elevator, and we have the reading and writing room. Now, this, to my knowledge, is incorrectly colored. I'm pretty sure it's incorrectly colored. Heading down, that's one of the few rooms I actually know what it looks like. Like, for sure. We have the purchase office, and that's about it for interior. Heading down again, we have the upper level of the first-class dining room. I'll turn my flashlight on, that way you can see the colors. This is a very well-detailed room. I absolutely adore JP Ship's, thing. I just wish he would fix the interior lights, because it gets really annoying. Not being able to use the interior lights, although that might not be his fault. He might just not be able to. And even still, he has, like, a lot of projects going on right now, so, We then have the lower level of the first-class dining room. This is, like, the grandest room in the ship, by the way. It is the reason the ship is as famous as it is. And heading below deck, we have the gangway doors and the bottom of the first-class area. This ship does not have much interior, and honestly, it's for the better. If this thing had full interior, I would not be able to live stream it. And 3, 2, 1. The ship is sinking now. We'll see how long it takes. I think it takes like 20 minutes as compared to 18, which is pretty close, in all actuality, especially for a Stormworks ship. I hope the syncing works. Because I hit the button. The button should do the thing. We are listing, though. So yeah, there has been an explosion. Cue the chaos. So yeah, once again, we're going to rerun through the events one more time. Like, actually more like 4 more times, but, we'll get there. The ship rolls onto it. There's an initial explosion causing the ship to lift heavily over to its starboard side. Then there's another explosion, and there's again another explosion after that. No one knows where it came from, heavily debated to this day. That dooms the ship and it's essentially what sends it down in 18 minutes. The ship rolls actually much farther over to its starboard side than this. Like, you could just look down the deck. And from this point, it's going to start basically righting itself. We cannot launch the lifeboat, so I cannot simulate that. Actually, I need to check something. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's installed there. I don't know. And yeah, the ship is rolled quite heavily onto its side. Water is actually getting pretty close to reaching the main area, but we're gonna wait until where the anchors would be about is to start till we turn the lights off. But yeah, no, here's what the ship looks like about now. On the starboard side, on the other hand, it looks more like this. The hull is coming up out of the water, and the trim is much more pronounced by the ship's paint scheme. Yeah, there it goes. Although rather interestingly, it does appear that the ship is still rolling further onto its side. And I do misbelieve that the ship slowed down to about... Oh yeah. I'm slowing down this side to kind of slow the ship down. Because the ship, I do know for a fact that the ship got stuck in like a slow starboard... I think that the ship got stuck in like a slow starboard turn during its sinking. And then yeah, on the lowest deck, water has fully... Oh wow, water is flooding it quite quickly. One of the most famous JP ship's views on all of his ships. Yeah, like an alt... They could go over like... That should try to simulate the turning. And yeah, several of the lifeboats at this point are being loaded. The passengers are not listening to the crew, so it is the process is extremely complicated. By the absolute state of the passengers. Because, you know, they want off of this thing. They are not happy about the predicament of being stuck on a sinking ship. And pretty soon here I am gonna cut the power. And yeah. I just realized the ship's turning the wrong way. Hold on a sec. Hold on. There we go. Although that actually might be the list. Yeah, now it's turning even harder. Okay, because I know the ship was turning to port, and I think the list just prevents that completely. And yeah, about now, if we head into the dining room, water is flooding up into the thing. The ship does not have much time left. Water is heading up the grand staircase. People are completely panicking, and about now, the power cuts. The lights go out, and the elevators stop, and the entire ship just kind of fails, in a sense. And there's just nothing anyone can do about it. Oh wow, that's flooding fast. This one might have a nearly accurate sinking time because of Yeah. The ship is keeling over quite a lot. The bow, largely because the bow is about to dip beneath the water, and the bow dipping beneath the waves will not help that at all. The ship and by the time the ship sinks, she will travel over 2 miles from the original spot of where she was torpedoed. The third-class promenade is flooding. And there she goes. The bow is centimeters away from the water. And the spray is starting to come up onto the top of the ship. Water is rushing through the main dining room at insane speed. And has come up on top of the boat deck. Oh, wait, hold on. Make it so it's like midday. And with that, it appears that we have water coming up onto the forecastle. This truly is the end of the Lusitania. The once grand ocean liner sinks down. It's only been 17 or so minutes. No, more like 15 minutes since the initial torpedo strike, and she's already dropped down quite a fair bit. And yeah, here's what it looks like from the port side. And you can see why they weren't able to successfully launch any lifeboats with how harsh the list was. Lifeboats would simply scrape across the side of the ship, either completely tearing them to pieces or snapping the pins and causing them to tumble down the side, violently killing any of the passengers on board. And yeah, hanging out by the radio room, in between the first and second funnel, and zooming and going out, we can see just how bad the situation has gotten in full. And with that, water has reached the top deck of the dining room, of the first-class dining room, as well as being only inches away from the top deck of the ship itself, the top deck of the actual ship. Fish swimming for the hills as this giant liner comes tearing into their homes. Where did the oil... Oh wow, the oil rig... The ship is turned enough that it's basically broadside to the oil rig. Water is coming up onto the boat deck now. It is truly the end. Water's only a few meters away from the bridge itself. And with that, the ship does appear to be stopping as the water floods the engines. She has at this point traveled nearly 2 miles, traveled over 2 miles, I believe about 2.5 miles, from her original, from the original point of impact with the torpedo. And she's going to be dropping extremely fast from this point on, just about entering her final plunge. The bow is at this point nearly completely underwater, and water is coming up onto the boat deck and and soon to start hitting the bridge wing. Nice recreation of the Ken Marshall painting. The ship's most iconic feature, the black funnels, continue to reach closer and closer to the ocean as water comes up and begins to flood the lifeboats. At this point, lifeboat 1 will have made its escape along with the other ape, and only one of the 6 lifeboats to make it off the ship would still remain on board. With water quickly rising rising into the boat, rising into the dining room, and the stern beginning to rise out of the water, the ship would begin to plunge. Now, for some reason, the ship does stall around this point in Stormworks. It's a little bit annoying, but she is actually filling with water still, so we do have something to save for it. It'd be nice if it went a little bit faster and we could actually get the video get a move on with the video. But you know, here we are. We'll enjoy we'll savor it while it lasts. And the bridge deck begins to slip out beneath the waves, the ship is in fact dropping with speed. This brings bringing an ultimately chaotic end to the ship, as water floods over the bow. The top deck of the dining room is about the well of the dining room is about into the dining floor of the top deck of the dining room is about to slip beneath the waves, with water being mere inches away. And with that, water is flooding over the boat. Water has completely flooded the forward end of the boat deck on the starboard side. The port side boat deck is completely out of the water, along with the majority of the ship, of the port side vessel. The vessel, despite everything, the vessel still slowly pushes forward, with one of the few boilers remaining lit. And water continues to raise. And water continues to raise up in the ship. The sense of chaos and panic builds. Now, sadly, this one does take a minute for the final plunge. Everything else goes really fast, but this part just goes slow. It's kind of annoying, but, you know. And there she goes. And soon we're going to start the actual more survival-oriented portion of the sinking. But we will get there soon. As soon as the ship really begins to drop, we're going to mark it as when the A-deck interior portions start to hit the water, which is actually going to be fairly soon. When, like, the library and stuff starts to go under. The well in the dining room has flooded over and is spilling. And, yeah, at this point the thing is just flooded. It's so strange with just the last funnel burning, still spewing out smoke. It's like the ship is desperate. It almost feels like the ship is desperately trying to keep itself alive. And with that, we'll wait till water has started to permanently reach the library. As in, when the tide fully recedes, when the waves fully recede, there's still a little bit of water inside the room. Which we're getting there. We're getting there very quickly. The bridge at this point is... At this point, the bridge is there, so... God. And yet, with that... Oh, wait, hold on. Let the tide... Oh, we're still not quite there. But we're getting very close to the point where where I'm just gonna have to run to the stern and pray for life. And pray at this point, we're gonna do the whole run to the stern thing. Now, in reality, this part would have been over in, like, seconds. This is a very slowed down part of this portion of the sinking, and... Here we go. Alright, it's time to go, time to go, time to go. Down we go. And across the boat deck, the bridge's wing is fully underwater. The rescue tug should not be there, but, you know. At this point, the stern would be flooded, absolutely flooded with people expecting for the ship to go vertical. They would describe a giant wall of water racing across the boat deck. As people panicked. As people desperately panicked. This is what this looks like, by the way. This is what, if you were filming in a Night to Remember style movie with the Lusitania. The list really does make for an interesting perspective. And the propellers are about just barely, like, touching the top of the water. Like, I believe if the water were to drop down like that, the propellers would poke out of the water. The forward funnel is about to hit the sea. And yeah, with that, the first funnel is stuck, touches the water, and the ship is going to probably sink pretty quickly from this point on. I would be very surprised if it didn't. Honestly, the most annoying part about this is that it doesn't feel like the ship is fully committed to sinking yet. So you just kind of end up in this weird, awkward area where, like, literally half of the thing is underwater and it refuses to go. Which is not at all realistic. By now, in real life, the Lusitania would have had long since given up the ghost, and it was chaos. What does this look like from the barge? Let's find out, let's find out. And there she goes. Wow, that's a view. Holy hell. From here, the screams would probably be very much audible. At this point, the ship has stopped moving, and it's really just plunging. Water's reached the boat deck area of the grand staircase, and is starting to come into the lounge. Yes, indeed. It's probably something akin to what many of the lifeboats saw. Now, one of the most interesting parts of the Lusitania is really just in how fast it sank. Sometimes torpedoes would take literal hours to sink. A single torpedo would take a literal hours to sink a ship. But the Lusitania, or actually, no, like 2 or 3 torpedoes would take hours to sink the ship. But the Lusitania was gone in again, 18 minutes of just chaos and panic, and the U-boat watched all of it. And even they were surprised at just how quickly the ship went down. Yeah. Yeah, no, at this point the ship is completely doomed and is really just... And it's a futile fight, and she is dropping quickly. Can we be friends? I don't know you well enough for that, sorry. The forward funnel is dead. Oh, it is! All 4 funnels are dead. The ship is, at this point, dead in the water, and all that is really happening is she is filling with seawater and dying very, very, very quickly. And yeah, she is dropping fast. I do think that this model does a pretty interesting thing here, and I think it's actually going to slow down and then sink by the stern, if that makes any sense. But she is definitely leveling out. Oh, here she goes, here she goes. She's dropping now. Watch the forward funnel, like, I'm literally watching it to go down pixel by pixel. It's very visible at this point that the ship is done. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, okay, they're about to see those alerts, so. Is it true that the funnels went under, underwater people got sucked into them? I believe it is, because as far as I'm aware, most of the ship was still filled with air when it went down. And there she goes. I'm going to record the rest of this from first person. You can see the funnels going under. The stern is rising out of the water. A bit late for it, but it is happening. Oh yeah, now's a great time to do the first person thing. This is what someone probably actually saw as the ship went under. And yeah, you can see what they meant by a giant wall of water rushing towards them. And here she goes. And yep, there goes the final funnel. And the ship is done. And there she goes. Yes, the final blasts of steam. And there she goes. She's dropped under the water. And there goes the final mast. And that is it for the sinking of the... that horn is really annoying. I do not like it. And yeah, there goes the Lusitania. That is... Alright, I am sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my internet connection right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly hop over here. But yeah, only 18 minutes. It is a... Why is it so laggy over here? I don't know. But yeah, no. Now I'm going to spawn in our last Stormworks Lusitania, actually. It is going to be by Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Oh, that's a neat little project I'm working on. Ignore it for now. This is the RMS Lusitania by Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Just make sure it's in there and isn't like stuck in the floor or anything. That happens. It's annoying. And yeah. So here we go. And then we're gonna hop over to a Steam game I found. Actually, yeah, we'll do the Steam game first, because it's like the Wilhelm Gustloff game, Britannic, and Titanic Steam games that I have. It's not good. It's not well made. But it is fun. In its own weird little way. It's not like you're getting an accurate view of the ship, but, you know. Well, now I'm going to focus on just getting the ship out of port, because that is... Oh, I like this turbine engine design. I do like it a lot. I'm not going to turn the lights on, because I need to be able to do that quickly. We're going to start by lighting the boilers, and then, yeah, then just, and I believe that is the aftmost funnel. Will start smoking any moment now. Apparently not. Did I turn infinite fuel on at any point? No, I did not. That's weird. Now, we are going to leave everything open for the most realistic sinking possible. We should be getting smoke out of the back to funnels now. I don't understand why that's not working. I do not know what's wrong with the funnels. They should be letting out smoke now, but... something went wrong. Who knows? Who knows what happened? We do have accurate, I just noticed the accurate cowl vents. Those are interesting. Hello, Jesse. I'm about to hop over to the Steam game here. Hold on. Let me just do something really quickly. Spider. Ugh. Use Honesty of Glass for that one. So I don't know what's up with the funnels. They should really be smoking. Yeah, I don't get that. And I don't get why this ship is being so laggy. Turn infinite fuel on, see what happens. Nothing. It should get a lot less lag. Is it because the mainland is right there? It's probably because the mainland's right there. Volcanic eruption wouldn't help either. But I'm not seeing anything about that, so, you know. We're gonna wait a little bit. Is this an under one or... No, do not recommend not sinking less than 75 meters. Okay, and so yeah, that we need to wait until we're that far away from the port to actually hit the sink button. So, you know. Well, okay, that deep in the water. Sadly, and it does appear we're gonna get that somewhere in here. This is the only vehicle version of the Lusitania. And by vehicle, I mean like vehicle versus mission. The engines seem to be getting louder and the ship seems to be getting faster, so I am not too sad. Yeah, we're speeding up a lot. The computer's working a lot better. $11 knots. That's a lot slower than I thought. 15. Well, meanwhile, I'm going to show you guys around the ship. This is a very well-built ship. They're small, they're not exactly accurate, but they are very well-built. Now, you may notice that this is... Yeah, no, it is a kind of... Think of it like a mini version of the Lusitania. Yeah, the weird... There are a lot of compromises you have to make when you're doing something like this, so there is a lot of inaccurate placement throughout the ship, but I am willing to forgive it on the basis of it kind of needs to do that to deal with the scale. And we are not going to go down here yet, but I am going to so we're going to start here. We have the first officer and captain's quarters. Lovely, beautiful, nice. And we have the third class smoking room here. And the third class ladies room here. On the same deck, we have the first class reading and writing room. Again, inaccurately colored, but still very nicely detailed. We have an unlabeled room, which appears to be the first class entrance with the staircase. Heading aft, we have the first class dining saloon. Forget the lounge and stuff, but you know. Small space, gotta make up for it. It's very, very well built here. I'm going to turn the lights on in here once we get down to this. Actually, yeah, so here's what the staircase looks like fully lit up. I'm going to make sure that there's no interior further aft of here, which I think there is. First class saloon, lounge, and music room. So yeah, this is the lounge. Very lovely, very well done. I like this guy's ships. They are cool. They're small, and we have third class lounge. That's really weird. That's in the complete wrong area. This area should be second class only. The stern should be second class, midships first class, bow third class. We have this area here. I don't know where that goes, but you know. We have cabins, third class cabins, which means that the area down there is probably third class too. Just using my general knowledge of how these ships are built. Even though I know this is, you know, wrong for second class. So we have more third class areas here. Interestingly, this does not seem to connect to what we saw earlier, so I'll have to check out that. That's weird. I know the interior of the Lusitania probably better than I know the Titanic, because I haven't tried to build the Titanic in Minecraft using deck plans. I know where all the rooms go, but on the Lusitania I remember a lot more with just the general arrangement of things. It was a very... Like, yeah, again, if you want to intimately know a ship, try building it in Minecraft. That is, like, the best way to get to know a ship. Like, look up a deck plan and try to recreate it as accurately as you can. Because, you know, you'll have to look at it for a long time. Like, I remember some of the general third class cabin arrangements. They were very cramped, not good at all. Down here we have what appears to be some kind of crew lounge. And we have the turbine engine room. So that's all connected. We're going to head up through the bow now, and when we reach the sea deck area, we're going to just check out the first class stuff. We have cabins. We have a stairwell up here, making some progress in figuring out what's weird about this. And then we have an exit out into the third class dining room. After that, we just have lots of cabins, really. There should be another staircase somewhere back here, but due to the size constraints, I would be surprised if it was here. Heading down the staircase, actually, I didn't think that this went down this far on this ship. We have more third-class cabins, many more. I'm just, you know, opening everything up to make sure that it floods properly. And heading up deck. We are going to head all the way up to the A-deck area. And we're going to go through first class. Man, imagine going down that elevator. That would be rough. We have the first class dining room. Very lovely. I absolutely love the way that he did this. This room in particular. It appears that first class does go further down. I like that. We have the Regal Suite. We have the dining room. Or actually, we have the bedroom, the sitting area. Some kind of room. I think like a dining... It's meant to represent the dining room. Heading even further below, we have a first class cabin hallway. And many cabins to go with it. Yeah, no, even in first class, there were many cabins. Like, they were crammed very close together. Full voyages must have been rough even for first class. I mean, they had a lot more open space, sure, but but they had to share it with quite a few people. And yeah, that's about it for first. That is actually it for the ship's interior. It's, again, not very big, not very accurate, but it is cool. And I need to get a move on. I am very quickly running out of time, by the way, so if I'm not able to finish this, I'm sorry. I probably won't come back to it. But yeah, no, this has been my Lusitania stream. Apparently it'll just be a Stormworks stream. How deep are it? Still not quite there. There are 68%, 68. I remember the ship being a lot faster. Oh yeah. And there is the smoking. So now you get to see what that looks like when it's done, when it's working properly. I don't understand why it wasn't earlier, but you know. How fast are we going? Yeah, still like 11 knots. 71. 72. Yeah, this is a lot shallower than I thought. We are going to swing the lifeboats out, though, because that is accurate. Oh, wow. Okay, I apparently missed. Okay. They had them swung out the night before, because the night before they entered U-boat territory, just in case of a disaster. That way they could, you know, efficiently and quickly load the lifeboats. And that didn't exactly work out, but, you know, at least they made an effort. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hold on, let me count. Let me count out the lifeboats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lifeboats. There are 10 boats on this thing. We have the navigation and deck lights, so I'll use those to simulate power failure. We are... And... torpedo! We have been struck. Oh, wow, that's cool. Oh, how did he manage that? Well, the ship is sinking now, and is apparently smoking really bad from that one area. Water is beginning to flood the ship rapidly. And we're just going to keep the ship moving ahead at a forward pace. I'm going to quickly do a damage inspection. And yeah, once the bow starts to go, I'll do the power failure thing. Now, Now I'm going to have to go start at the engine room, because that is the most vital part of the ship. Because of its size, thankfully, even if we sink quickly, we'll have time to load the lifeboats and stuff, because we are on a rather small ship. Oh, right, that's the wrong way. And I have time to make stupid mistakes like that. Just drop down the staircase. What are we looking at? The turbine room is fine from the looks of it. Boiler room 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because yeah, boiler room 1 is fine, boiler room 2 is fine, 3 is fine, and 4 should be filling with water, but it is fine for now. We do have the quickly rising tides right just below us. I really hope they did the list thing. It appears that they have not. But the ship is definitely leaning forwards, and that's, you know, pretty good. Now, we are getting reports of something being up in some of the third class areas. I'm going to have to check that out. And we do have to make our exit as soon as possible. If I do remember, it's on... That's not good. What is going on over there? Oh god, the steam is all through this area. This is... I'm sorry, I will not be able to finish this part of the stream. I do not have the time. Hopefully, you know, next anniversary goes better and I don't have to fight with mods for half the stream. See you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.